Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Summer. Today we're going to be working on some dinosaurs. This is for the Jurassic Collaboration. I'm a bit late, I know. I meant to have this done weeks ago before I was going to go see the movie. I have this Anky tray. And I'm pretty sure this is a T-Rex. But it could be something else. I'm not sure entirely. These other molds, I put them on the tray. I always put a lot on the tray. Sometimes I don't do everything. But I did pour the Bronto, but it's not in this video. I might put him in a separate video with the extras. Now these colors, this one is a Raya color. You can get them in a set and they all come in these little pouches. And then the other two came with my silicone. The silicone that I order always comes with mica powders. Here are some river rocks that I'm pretty sure I got at the Dollar Tree, I want to say. And this is some sand. And I have some crushed abalone shell. Now I'm just dotting the mica powder around in areas, and then once I have all the mica powder down, I'm going to take a brush and just kind of combine it all together. I have loved dinosaurs since I was a child. My parents have videos, home videos of me playing with little dinosaur toys and making the sounds like roar and playing with them on the chair in the living room. Also, for one Christmas, I got the big T-Rex, and he had a button on his back and you could push it and he would make crunching sounds, and he would also roar, and he had a guy in a cage and he would swallow it and you could pull it out of his belly. This is one of those switching sponges. I use it to clean off my brushes in between colors. Probably didn't need to here because I'm going to be mixing them all anyway, but I didn't think of that at the time. This is the second mica powder I'm going to put on now. I thought the new Jurassic Park was a pretty good movie. I wasn't crazy about the mutated dinosaurs, but everything else was pretty good. My favorite dinosaurs personally are the Spinosaurus and the Mosasaurus. And I don't know if you knew this, the Mosasaurus isn't actually a dinosaur, it's a reptile. And here I am going in with the final powder for the background. I decided last second to go back in with some of the darker. I think I didn't put any on the edges and I wanted to add some there. I kind of wanted the rocks and stuff to peek through the mica. And here's where I start to blend everything together. Now, if any of you watched the live I had with CCUK, Andy, some people were asking about some of the things I had in my craft room. I did make a community post, and I put the links for those items in the community post. Also, I updated my description box so that way they'll be there all the time, just so that people can find them easily. And here's the Anky all finished. And for some reason I thought I was finished with the T-Rex, so I started picking it up, and then psych, I wasn't done. I didn't even touch it yet. I have a little bit of a brain fart. Every time we go to Target, I see a really big mosasaur toy in the toys aisle, and I really want it. I think it's like 3 feet long. Now this one is finally finished. I did have footage of me showing them off to the side, but for some reason it disappeared, so I don't know what happened to it. Now I'm just going to use some isopropyl alcohol to clean off the bone area because I don't want those colors in that area. Also, I ordered some more resin. This time I got 2 different brands I haven't tried yet. Let's resin, normal epoxy, the 24-hour cure one. And I ordered some Promise epoxy because apparently Marine Epoxy changed their name to Promise Epoxy, and I'm pretty sure Marine Epoxy was the first resin I used, and I love that. So when I saw that I could get the original resin that I used the first time, I'm like, yeah, I gotta get that and see if it's the same thing or not. Now I'm just cleaning up the bone area. I don't want any of that outside color mixing in there. So I'm cleaning it up with some isopropyl alcohol and a cotton swab. Let me know in the comments what your favorite dinosaur is. Also, let me know if you believe they actually existed, because some people, for some reason, believe that the fossils were put underground. Conspiracy theory, you know, stuff like that. I don't believe that, but some people do. Also, one day we were driving around and we passed a lot of churches on our way to going to like the grocery store and stuff. There was this church that had on their billboard something along the other come to church because you've seen the dinosaurs, what happened to them because they didn't come. And I just thought, really? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And here it is all cleaned up. Now both of them should be cleaned up, and I can go ahead and put the bone colors in. So the first color I'm putting down, I do believe it was called Latte. It's like a lightish brown. I'm just going to dot it around in there. I kind of wish I hadn't dotted it around and I had just flung it on the mold like I've seen Claire's Crafty Corner do. Because like when it came out, you'll see at the end, you could still see it kind of dotted in there. And I wanted it more blended in with the white. And here they are finished with that step. Now I'm going to take the white and I'm going to color the whole area in the middle white. And I'm going to try and blend that brown out into the white as I'm doing it. And now they're finished. They have their bones done. Today I'm going to be using the Bond Crafter resin I won from Blue Elephant Gifts. It's okay. I just wish they had a little more details in their instructions that come with it. I also like the gloves. And I think I used one of the cups that came with it. It came with a couple of cups. Now I ended up pouring too much resin into the cup, so I just poured it right back into the container till I had the right amount I needed. And I only mixed up 2 ounces of resin because I wasn't sure how much the skeleton area of these molds were going to need. Now when I finish these molds, they're supposed to be trays, but they don't leave a whole lot of room for you to put things in it like a tray. So I'm just going to hang them on my wall because I really like them. And they are not level molds. You can look at the sides of them and you can see one side's thicker than the other. So I do have issues with that, but it's nothing too drastic. And you're probably wondering, oh, where did all those rocks come from all of a sudden? Well, I put my resin through the bubble remover for a little bit. And I was going through some of the rocks to see which ones I kind of like the look of. But most of the ones that I chose ended up being a bit big. So in the end result, I do have some rocks sticking out of the back of the piece. It won't matter because I'm hanging it on the wall. But that would have mattered if it was a tray. And here I am just pouring the white in there, and I'm going to try and get it into all the skeletal areas. If you're ever interested in playing a cool dinosaur game, there's one called Ark Survival Evolved, and the newest one is Ark Survival Ascended. You get to tame dinosaurs, and they help you build your base. The Ankies would help you collect metal, and then you'd have to smelt the metal in the big furnace, and you can make all kinds of things out of metal. Then there were other dinosaurs that had different roles to play, like the meat eaters were, for protection. My favorite dinosaur in that game was called the Doedicurus, and it's a glyptodon, which is basically a giant armadillo, and you could use it to collect stone. And I had them in all different colors, so the name of my tribe was the Skittle Army. I always enjoyed coming up with really cool names for the Doedicuruses because they kind of looked like pebbles or rocks. So I named one, let me think, Sylvester Stone. And then another one was Pebble. I don't know if I remember any of the other ones. Now I just sprayed them with some alcohol to pop some bubbles, and the alcohol also helps the resin disperse into areas it may not have been flowing into. Now they're all cured up. You just saw me poking them to make sure that they were. And now I'm going to mix up the mixture for the bottom. It's a mixture of the sand, the crushed shells, and the rocks. I want to have all the rocks at least with a little bit of resin coating on them. So I just pour my resin in there and I mix it up. And I'm using one of the stir sticks I was talking about in the interview. These ones don't fall apart if you leave the resin cure on them. They're plastic and the resin does peel off pretty easily. And now I'm removing all the popsicle sticks I put under there to try to level out the mold. It didn't really help that much. I probably didn't need to do it, but I tried. Now we're just gonna slowly add the mixture in, and then I'll help some of those bigger rocks to the edges because that's where I want them. Do any of you guys have siblings? I have an older brother, and he used to pick on me when his friends were around, but when they weren't around, we were fine. I never could understand that. And I do apologize for the view on this. My arms are going to get in the way here in a minute. My top-down camera, the battery life doesn't last that long. And this project was taking me a lot longer than I had expected. I think I didn't take the battery out the night before and put it on charge, which I should have been doing. The extras I got out of this video turned out really good. That Pteranodon necklace I was wearing the night of the interview, I noticed some of you liked it. I made ammonite ones and triceratop ones, and then the other ones had a dinosaur footprint. So I will probably make a separate video for those. I used silicone inlays that I made from the little wax stamp seal things. Now it's time to demold these guys. I can't wait to see what they look like. I have a feeling they'll look good. Oh, and look at that. Beautiful. You can see the little splotches I was talking about. But it still looks good. I honestly think I like the Anky better. Tell me in the comments which one you like better, if you like them both about the same. At the end, you'll get to see the glamour shots. They're beautiful. Thank you for watching and hanging out with me. And like, subscribe. I don't really care if you hit the notification bell or not. I don't do it personally, so that's up to you. Bye-bye.